Good evening. This is CTV News. I'm Denise Douglas.
And I'm Patricia Malone. Thank you for joining us this evening. Well, when voters head to the ballot box in November, they'll be deciding on issues as well as the candidates. The group Vocal Majority of Americans wants to make the 2016 election a referendum on gun violence prevention. Today, the group stopped in Maryland as part of a nationwide tour, urging voters to back candidates who support what it calls common sense change. Reporter Rochelle Metzger has the story.
Perhaps the most significant race in Maryland this election is the one to replace retiring Senator Barbara Mikulski. When it comes to gun control, the two candidates, Republican Kathy Szeliga and Democrat Chris Van Hollen, have very different views. And today, Van Hollen was in Annapolis urging voters to cast their ballots for leaders like himself, who he says prioritize safety.
We need everybody out there to go to the polls.
Gun control is a major issue this election at both the state and federal levels.
The majority of Americans support common sense gun safety measures.
Congressman Chris Van Hollen says there is movement in Congress on the issue, but not enough.
It's only because of the hold the gun lobby has on the critical mass of members in Congress that we've not been able to move forward.
Van Hollen is running for Maryland's open Senate seat. He says voting is one of the ways to stop gun violence.
We need to work really hard in this election to make sure they all get out to vote.
He says other states need to follow Maryland's lead. It has some of the toughest gun laws in the nation since passing the 2013 Firearms Safety Act.
That bill makes a difference. You can't get a handgun without going to the state police and getting your fingerprints taken, without having a background check done. That doesn't stop the guns coming in from other places.
Gun rights supporters argue that firearm regulations violate Americans' Second Amendment rights.
You can respect the Second Amendment, as I do, and also respect common sense gun measures that save the lives of Marylanders and Americans.
Now, Van Hollen's opponent is Republican Kathy Szeliga. She's a delegate from Baltimore County and Maryland's House Minority Whip. She voted against the state's sweeping gun control bill back in 2013. And while she does not back stricter gun regulations, she says she does support stricter enforcement of current gun laws. Reporting in Annapolis, I'm Rochelle Metzger, CTV News.
And the Vocal Majority will also stop in College Park this afternoon. The 6-week, 14-state national bus tour is led by Americans for Responsible Solutions, a political action committee founded by former Congresswoman Gabrielle Giffords and her husband, Captain Mark Kelly. Well, police have arrested 2 more people this after the men were caught allegedly flagging down motorists at exit ramps in Baltimore County and then asking for money. You may recall a similar incident took place last week in Bowie. CTV Sonia Srivastava has more.
Well, it is human nature to want to help someone who is in need, and especially if you see someone broken down on the side of the road, if they have a child inside, you want to help. And that is exactly what police say is going on. These scammers are taking advantage of the generosity of other people. Now, police say you want to be extremely careful. They are asking folks for money. Once again, Maryland State Police received multiple calls over the weekend about a suspect pretending to be stranded and asking for money. The most recent incident happened in Baltimore over the weekend.
Citizens are stopping thinking there's an emergency, and as it turns out, it's a scam. These people are saying that they're on their way to a funeral and they've run out of gas and they need some gas money. And in many of the incidences, our community's helping these people out.
Police say in some instances, the culprits are asking to exchange money for services and even giving fake jewelry in return. These incidents are causing major traffic delays and accidents. So far, the suspects have hit Prince George's, Montgomery, Harford, Howard, and Anne Arundel counties.
Everybody has technology now with cell phones. Simply give us a phone call, either call 911 or pound 77, and we'll have an officer go out and check on the emergency.
32-year-old Alexandru Dumitru was allegedly panhandling on the eastbound ramp of Route 50 near the 301 exit in Bowie last week. He told motorists he ran out of gas, but investigators say his car had a full tank. He was charged with disorderly conduct and numerous other violations. Now, police are also warning the panhandlers in this case and asking them to stop doing this because, first of all, it does carry criminal charges, which include reckless endangerment and obstructing the peace. So if you're out there doing this, you should also know that if you get caught, there are some serious charges coming your way. In Bowie, I'm Sonia Srivastava. Back to you.
And anyone with information on these cases is asked to call 410-653-4200.
She was last seen by her family in late September. Now they, along with police, are hoping you can help find her and her baby. 24-year-old Janice Petty and her 3-month-old son haven't been in contact with relatives since September 22nd. She was last seen in the 8500 block of Greenbelt Road. We asked Officer Tyler Hunter why it took the family almost a month to report the mother and son missing.
I think that it could be a situation where they may not have constant contact with them, and then it just kind of went over a normal time span of not seeing them, and then that just raised concern. So at this stage of investigation, we have no reason to believe any foul play is involved. We're just looking to locate them and make sure that everything's okay.
Now, Petty could be driving a black Lincoln, tag number Z95024. If you see the vehicle or know anything about her whereabouts, call police. A 24-year-old man has been indicted for attempting to help ISIS. According to court documents, Nilash Mohammed Daz allegedly planned to kill a U.S. military member on behalf of the terrorist organization. Officials say that he expressed his support for ISIS in recent attacks on social media. Daz, a native of Bangladesh, lives in Landover Hills. If convicted, he faces 20 years in prison. Well, you are watching CTV News. I'm Denise Douglas.
And I'm Patricia Vallone. Up